Hello everyone, my name's Eagle. I'm the publisher at No Earth Comics, and this is our Friday Roundup. I'm getting the cameras a little situated here because something's not right. But in any case, we got a lot to cover this week, so let's just get right into it. First off, the Thor Ragnarok trailer dropped this week, and it is awesome. There's no other way to put that. It's just an awesome trailer. Even though it's only a teaser trailer, and even though it only showed a couple of small plot points, it really set the mood for what's going to be a very different Thor movie. One thing is that after a couple of weeks of Marvel having PR problem after PR problem, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has not had a lot of problems. It is a fantastic achievement. They have remained true to the core characters. They have, even the Netflix shows, while taking more flack than the Marvel Cinematic Universe, has excelled. It's set a new bar for how superheroes are handled on screen. And it's also had the added effect of pushing back onto the comics. It's had the effect of showing the comics how to do things better. Of course, everybody but Marvel has listened to how to do it better. I'm just saying. So that's out. There's been several things happening in the news concerning the Netflix series. The Punisher costume for his series pictures of it were released this week. It's looking very, very comic accurate. I am hoping that more of the Netflix series eventually evolve into having a comic accurate costume similar to Daredevil's. But we'll see. One of the things about a comic book company is there's so much happening behind the scenes, and that's true of No Earth as well as every other company out there. No Earth is constantly having more things going on behind the scenes than are going on the website or on the Facebook page. One of the things that's going on right now is Law of the Jungle #2 is being scripted. Now, and I'm the writer on that. We have a very collaborative writing process, and I'm going to go into that on one of our creation videos. But basically, the artist is in on this particular collaboration. She's going to get a co-writing credit. And so I'm going through, and I've got the issue blocked out, and I'm doing the writing. And it's, strangely enough, and I'm going to do a video on this too, because there's constant flack and disagreement on this. Writing is not as easy as a lot of people think it is. And this is because we have allowed ourselves to get into this idea that, oh, I write every day, therefore I can be a writer. And I've got to tell you, we constantly get pitches in that are full of grammatical and spelling errors. We constantly get pitches in, even completed scripts occasionally, where the person has no concept of the mechanics of putting together a good story. If you ask them to tell you the plot, they can't. If you ask them to tell you the theme of the story, they can't. And so this is why we're doing the Comic Creation for No Earth series of videos, is we're trying to raise the bar for what gets submitted. And it's a low bar. Oh my God, is it a low bar? Right now, that bar is so low that basically Ant-Man could not limbo it. We're going to try and raise that bar, and in doing so, provide an education for people who are wanting to do this. So, back to the Law of the Jungle. One of the things that I always do when I'm writing is I always write the first page and the last page, and then I fill in the middle. And the reason for this is every story has three parts: a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I find it's easier to write the beginning and the end first. I know where the journey is going for that issue, and so it's just filling it in. It's getting to that point. And believe it or not, the middle is the hardest part to write. The beginning is easy. We know where we left our characters the last time. The end is easy because I know what I'm wanting to do with this story. I know where I want it to end up. And I've got 22 pages to do it in, and that's it. So the beginning gets written, the end gets written. A lot of times I've got the end in mind before I even write the beginning. So I'm going to write the beginning in a way to take advantage of the end. But the middle is the problem. And so some of my scripts run faster than others. I'm also working on Johnny Reb #2 because both Johnny Reb and The Law of the Jungle have an artist waiting on them. Let me rephrase that. Both Johnny Reb and The Law of the Jungle have an artist waiting on me. I'm the holdup. Waiting on somebody to throw something at me. But both of those are being written right now, so they will go on our schedule as soon as I've got the scripts done. What else we've got on our schedule? Pride is running very slow right now. The artist is having a life. The artist for Dead Planet has dropped, and we are going to replace him. We're still in discussion with the writer on who we're replacing him with. So hopefully I'll have something on that for you next week. That's one of my goals for this next week, is to get the Dead Planet script moving. We have several books that are fixing to need artists. I am working on a rewrite for the script for The Expert, and I'm going to need an artist for that. We're going to need an artist for Eulogy. And right after Eulogy, we're going to be working on finishing the script for Liberated. And Liberated is connected with Eulogy because it's a shared universe, but Liberated has some interesting things in it that we're going to be exploring. It's going to be our first book that's not set in our main time frame. It's going to be set in a dystopian apocalyptic future. And it's going to involve a clone of an existing character. So we've got a number of things coming up. The No Earth schedule runs slow, and it runs slow because we're a co-op. For those of you who've not checked out our website, it's at no-earth.com, noearth.com, and you'll see that all of our books are connected. All of our books have little overlaps here and there. You don't need to read one to understand the others, and that's been something that I've been very big on. Any crossovers that we do will be duplicated in both books if they're necessary. And when I say duplicated, I mean the same story will be told from the points of view that it needs to be told from. You will never have to purchase a title that you don't normally read to understand a title that you do read. When we have events, the event will be something that is self-contained within the book that you're reading. If you want to enjoy more of it, you go enjoy more of it, but you don't have a need to read something that you weren't already reading. Now, we're going to entice you to read it because we want you to read all of our comics. But we're never going to require you to read all of our comics. Next up, we have a convention coming up in May. It'll be coming up on May 26th through the 28th. And it's going to be in Dallas. It was originally called Alien Con. It ran last year's Alien Con in Dallas. This year it's running as Alien Con, and it's also running as Famous Monsters of Filmland Convention. It's sponsored by a group in California that owns all of the rights to Old Forrest Ackerman's products. So it's got some interesting backers. This will be our first year at this convention. In fact, most conventions that we go to, it's going to be our first year. But this will be our first year at this convention, and I'm hoping that anybody who's going to be in Dallas that weekend is going to come out and see us. We'll have a booth set up and be selling comics, be selling posters, and be talking to creators. Let's see here. Is there anything else to cover today? No, that's about it. This is going to be a short video today, so thank everyone for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great weekend.